Hello, Serena.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. Yourself?
I'm good. Well, Boris, I'm very excited to meet you because I wasn't going
Thank
to do
you.
this, but I have to because I met you back in 1990 at the
Wow.
Australian Open, where that is
Excellent.
a 1990 tennis ticket signed. Never
Nice.
did I never did I think then when I was watching you play tennis that I'd be talking to you about being in a show called Celebrity Bear Hunt.
Right.
Why did you want to do this?
Well, you give your accent away. You're Australian, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 I think the name of the show says it all. Bear Grylls. He's one of the, all-time great explorers. He's a very, very interesting man. He's a big tennis fan. I've seen him in the Royal Box, I've seen him interview the good and the great, the Barack Obamas, the Roger Federers, you name him. And I wanted to be on that list. I wanted to be on the list where Bear Grylls, has spoken or has challenged me. I think it's a question of honor and pride. So that was the first interest. And then going to the jungle, Costa Rica, uncomfortable, completely out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
I'm always up for something like that.
Why, Boris? Most people run from stuff like that. Like all of that, the stuff at the start, the Bear Grylls stuff
Yeah.
all sounded great. And then you're going, uncomfortable challenge. Most people would go, see you later. Why is Boris going
Yeah,
straight
I'm a
in?
little bit different than most. Maybe I like to challenge myself even now.
Yeah.
It's always been my middle name. We're playing tennis on Wimbledon court is scary.
Yeah.
But I felt very comfortable on it. So, now and then I try things out where um, you know, I want to be comfortable being uncomfortable. It's just in my nature, just to see about my character, about my personality, and I still think I keep growing as a man. So to put yourself in situations like that makes me mature even more.
But you admitted it yourself on the show. You say you're a control freak. How do you put yourself in a place where you have no control? The only
Yeah.
control is how you react to
Well,
what
that's
is being thrown your
exactly
way.
that's well spotted, but that's exactly the point. I'm becoming a control freak because I don't like to be, and that's the comfort side of me.
Yeah.
So in order to get better and to grow and to mature, sometimes you have to put yourself in a place where you're not comfortable, where you're not in control. Otherwise, every week is sort of the same. So that was another reason why I wanted to test my limits. I wanted to test my borders. How far can I go? Am I afraid? And if so, of what?
So, did things like, you mentioned Tennessee yourself, winning Wimbledon at 17. I watched you play some intense five-set matches at the
Yeah.
Australian Open and throughout your career. There's a lot of pressure. How do you zone out all the noise when you're doing that? And did that help you in this show?
Well, I've never really had a problem with pressure. I've never felt pressure as such.
Yeah.
It's one of my secrets, I think. So yes, to compete, yes, to challenge yourself, but pressure of what? You can only give it your best shot, right? So that's the only pressure there is. It's upon yourself. I don't really listen to outside noises much anyway. I mean, they're pretty much throughout my life. So for me, it was always about can I move my own goalposts a little bit forward or wider in order
Yeah.
to be more comfortable?
So, how uncomfortable is it? Because it's not just about the challenges in this. It looks like you're living in the lap of luxury, but we know it's not.
It's
But you're,
not.
but you're also living with a whole heap of strangers. How did you find
Yeah,
that?
that's probably the biggest challenge. And
Really?
no disrespect to all the white animals, but I think a human being is sometimes the most dangerous animals on the planet, right? So to be with 11, yes, I've met Mel B before, I've met Shirley Ballas before, I've met Danny Cipriani before, but just for chit chat, but really spending 24/7 with them, sleeping together in a big room, having breakfast, everybody's got their habits, their rituals and so forth. I think that was at the beginning my biggest challenge or fear, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise because, we actually became good mates. And I'm careful with the word friends, but we became very good mates. Everybody, because there's no technology, there's no television,
Yeah.
there's no phone, you only have your mind to share with one another. So that's what we did, and you can see that everybody had a very interesting, beautiful mind. In order to find out, you have to speak about it. You actually have to speak instead of texting and WhatsApping and email, people have to communicate via words, which is a lost art in itself.
It is, and it can be challenging as well. Like everybody in there was vulnerable,
Yeah,
including yourself. What was
yeah.
it like to actually experience that vulnerability and to let people in?
I think there's no shame in being that. I think it's because we needed each other. I'm good at something, but I know where I'm not good. So
Yeah.
everybody has the same issues. So the quicker you open up about your frailties, the quicker they can help you, and vice versa. And I think we're all intelligent people in there. I think that's why we bonded so well, because there was no time for being a macho. There was no time for being a diva. It was about teamwork and try to find solutions to the problems we face.
And finally, in the promo, it says, these celebrities won't come out the same. How did this change you, if at all?
Well, first of all, I think we went in, 12 strangers. We came out with 12 mates. I think that really changed us. Also, I'm 57. To put myself in an environment like that, I wasn't quite sure whether I like it, whether I can do it, whether I would last everything. And knowing now what I've experienced, the short answer is yes, I can do it, and I could do it again. Because it was a really wonderful experience, mostly about myself, but also about people that I knew from the media, from the world of
Mm.
television and sports, but you don't really know the person. So I've met some wonderful people in there.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed
Yeah,
watching it. And Boris, this has been such a joy actually getting
thank
to meet
you.
you and have the chats. Thanks for taking the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.